Hiya, two children. Hope you're all taking care of each other at home, even if it's a bit grotty outside. I'm going to read a few poems today, so it's only going to be a short session. And I'm going to read poems from this book. It's called Heard It in the Playground. And it's by Alan Alberg. He's quite a famous children's author. And the first poem I'm going to read is called I See a Seagull. I see a seagull in the playground. I see a crisp bag and a glove. Grey slides on the grey ice and a grey sky above. I see a white bird in the playground and a pale face in the glass. A room reflected behind me and the rest of the class. I see a seagull in the playground. I see it fly away. A white bird in the grey sky. The lesson for today. Okay, there's a playground flying about. Seagull flying about. Another one here called Why Must We Go to School? Why must we go to school, Dad? Tell us, dear Daddy, do. Give us your thoughts on this problem, please. No one knows better than you. To prepare for life, my darling child, or so it seems to me, and stop you all from running wild. Now shut up and eat your tea. Why must we go to school, Dad? Settle the question, do. Tell us, dear Daddy, as much as you can. We're really relying on you. To learn about fractions and Francis Drake, I feel inclined to say. And give your poor mother a bit of a break. Now push off and go out to play. Why must we go to school, Daddy? Tell us, dear desperate Dad. One little hint, that's all we ask. It's a puzzle that's driving us mad. To find all the teachers something to do, or so I've heard it said, and swat up the questions you kids will ask you. My darling, now buzz off to bed. Just wondering if that's what your dads and mums are saying to you when you're not at school. We all wish you were back at school though anyway, and I do know the teachers are keeping busy. Here's another one that made me think about everything now. It's called Things I've Been Doing Lately. Things I have been doing lately. Pretending to go mad. Eating my own cheeks from the inside. Growing taller. Keeping a secret. Keeping a worm in a jar. Keeping a good dream going. Picking a scab on my elbow. Rolling the cat up in a rug. Blowing bubbles in my spit. Making myself dizzy, holding my breath, pressing my eyeballs so that I become temporarily blind, being very nearly 10, practising my signature, saving the best till last. There's a little boy who didn't have a lot to do and was a bit bored. Here's a longer poem called Heard It in the Playground. Heard it in the play, heard it in the playground. The playground, the playground, the play, the play, the playground, the playground, the play, the play. Heard it in the playground, heard it in, heard it in, heard it in the playground, heard it in. Heard it in the playground, pass it to me, heard it in the playground, shoot, shoot, shoot. Heard it in the playground, give me my ball back, telling on you. Heard it in the playground, telling on you. Heard it in the playground, no I never. Heard it in the playground, yes you did. Heard it in the playground, shoot, shoot, shoot. Give me my ball back, pass it to me. Heard it in the playground, telling on you. Heard it in the playground, who likes bubblegum? Heard it in the playground, me. Heard it in the playground, I dare you. Heard it in the playground, bang, you're dead. Heard it in the playground, promise not to tell, promise not to laugh. See this wet and see it dry, cross your heart and hope to die. Heard it in the playground, shick-a-boom. Heard it in the playground, yeah. Me. Bang, 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 shoot, shoot, shoot. Heard it in the playground, 1 potato, 2 potato. Heard it in the playground, 3 potato, 4. Heard it in the playground, 5 potato, 6 potato. Heard it in the playground, 7 potato more. Eeny, meeny, meeny, heard it in the playground, miny, mo. Heard it in the playground, please sir, heard it in the playground. Miss, 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 my turn, his turn, her turn, our turn, their turn, that's not fair. Heard it in the playground, that's not fair. Heard it in the playground, my dad says. Heard it in the playground, my mum says. Heard it, cousins in the country says, uncles in the navy says, auntie in the army says, auntie in the army says, auntie in the army says. Heard it in the playground, who says, heard it in the playground, says who. Heard it in the playground, quality, quality. Heard it in the playground, skill, skill, skill. Ace, nice, neat. Acey, neaty, fabby, dabby, dooby. Mega, 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 dabby, dooby. Dooby, dooby, dooby. Acely, quality. Brill, brill, brill. Skill, skill, skill. Brill, skill, brill. Heard it in the playground, wicked. Heard it in the playground, dog in the playground. Heard it in the playground, we'll catch him, miss. Leave it to us, just watch this. Dog in the playground, heard it in the playground. Dog in the playground, woof, woof, woof. Heard it in the playground, I've had the chicken pox. Me too, I've had it twice. I've been to Spain, I've got a goldfish. We've got a new car, we've got a newer car. We've got a bigger car, we've got a truck. Heard it in the playground, we've got a truck. 85, 95, we've got a truck. 95, 100, we've got a truck. Coming, 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 ready or not. Heard it in the playground, ready or not. Frog spawn and caterpillars, ready or not. Heard it in the playground, ladybird, ladybird. Heard it in the playground, fly away home. Fly away home, away home, away. I've had the chicken pox, the chicken pox, the chicken pox. We've got a truck. Heard it in the playground, nosy Parker, heard it in the playground, bossy boots. Heard it in the playground, big gob, beanpole, pea brain, pie face, jug ears, slap head, 4 eyes, carrot top. Heard it in the playground, fat belly, heard it in the playground, bum, bum, bum. Heard it in the playground, shik-a-bum, bum, shik-a-bum. Bum shika, bum, 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 bum. Heard it in the playground, bum. Heard it in the playground, Jane loves Jonathan. Heard it in the playground, that's not true. Heard it in the playground, that's not me. You love him, I hate him, you love him. I hate him, you love him. I hate him, you hate him. I love him, I promise not to tell. Promise not to laugh. See this wet and see it dry. Cross your heart and hope to die. Heard it in the playground, He-Man, She-Ra. Heard it in the playground, Roll and Rat. Blue Peter, Doctor Who. Heard it in the playground, Doctor Who. East Enders. Heard it in the playground, Kiss Chase, Kiss Chase. Heard it in the playground, Smack, Smack, Smack. Heard it in the playground, heard it in, heard it in. Heard it in the playground, heard it in. Smack, 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 brill, brill, brill. Shoot, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Woof, woof, woof. The playground, the playground, the play, the play, the playground, the playground, the playground, the play, the play. Heard it in the playground, whisper, whisper. Heard it in the playground, psst, psst, psst. Heard it in the playground, please, Mrs. Butler. Heard it in the playground, what shall I do? Heard it in the playground, what shall I do? What shall I do? What shall I do? Shall I do? Shall I do? Shall I? Bum shika, bum shika, bum shika, boom. Pish shika, pish shika, pish shika, pish, 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 pish. Heard it in the playground, 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 the play, the play, the play, the play, the playground, the play, the play, the play, the play, the playground, the play, the play, the play, the play, the playground, the play, the play, the play, the play, the playground. Heard it in the playground, what shall I do? Give me my ball back, that's not true. Heard it in the playground, Doctor Who. Give me my ball back, telling on you. Heard it in the playground, telling on you. Heard it in the playground telling on you. Heard it in the playground telling on you. Heard it in the playground telling on you. It's a long one, wasn't it? And a bit different. I'm going to finish for the next 2 minutes on one called The Ghost Teacher. The school is closed, the children gone, but the ghost of a teacher lingers on. As the daylight fades and the daytime ends, as the night draws in and the dark descends, she stands in the classroom as clear as glass and calls the name of her absent class. The school is shut, the children groan, but the ghost of the teacher, all alone, puts the date on the board and moves about as the night draws on and the stars come out. Between the desks, a glow in the gloom, and calls for quiet in the silent room. The school is a ruin, the children fled, but the ghost of the teacher long time dead. As the moon comes up and the first owls glide, puts on her coat and steps outside. In the moonlit playground, shadow free, she stands out on duty with a cup of tea. So the school is forgotten, children forget, but the ghost of a teacher lingers yet. As the night creeps up to the edge of the day, she tidies the plasticine away, counts the scissors, the shimmer of glass, and says, "Off you go," to her absent class. She utters the words that no one hears, picks up her bag and disappears. I really hope it's not going to be that long before you're back at school. It does feel a little bit ghostly with only a few children in. It feels a bit strange when there's only a few children in for this amount of time. So I hope it's not going to be too long before we see you again. And I'll see you again soon anyway. And I know you teachers will be in contact over the next few days with some more learning plan and some more activities. Until then, guys, remember the school motto: if you see someone without a smile, give them one of yours and keep on smiling.